Hello, I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts, and I am going to do a masterboard for my altered book junk journal. Here are the pieces that we tore off in my other video. We made the clusters, so I like the paint on there. And then I also have some scraps of the ledger paper that I am using in there. I used it to patch up some of the tears and holes on the pages. So I have a little bit of this. So we will use all of this. Let's go ahead and get started getting things glued down. Just going to use a glue stick. I'm going to start in the middle this time. Just don't really have a rhyme or reason where I start at or anything when I am doing a, what do you call this? Masterboard. I think I'll just put the straight edges to the straight edges. Just might as well do that. There. Get a piece of this. This is super thin ledger paper. It is from the Dollar Tree. But I thought it would be fun to just use some of the scraps that I had from the patches that I made. It's really thin. That's funny. Get some of these longer pieces down first, then we'll go from there. Actually, I'm going to tear this apart. It's just easier to get the glue stick on them when they're not so long. This might be a super boring video, and I do understand if you don't want to watch it all, but I want to go ahead and just show pretty much the whole thing. Some of it I may I may speed it up, but for the most part, I'm just going to glue. And you know, I'm an introvert, so talking is not a big thing. I don't like to talk just to fill up space. So I may speed it up some parts of it, but I will do my best here. These pieces turned out really pretty. Go ahead and put one of these over here. Whoops. Make a big mess. This is super duper thin. If you have bought the Dollar Tree ledger paper, you know how thin it is. I'm not fussed about what direction anything goes in. It doesn't really matter to me. Just every which way. Let's put some green down here. No, I said I didn't like doing the long pieces, but I think this will be just fine for that bottom part. Sorry about that. I'm hitting the camera with my ring. Not intentionally. This one down here on the bottom. Okay, let's see. Here's some orange. orange to the corner. And I'm not fussed about it going over the edge. I'll just trim that off. It's not a big deal for me. There. Oh, here's a red. Let's get some red in here. Yeah, or maybe it's brown. Brown and red. Red and brown. Not sure. Oops. There. Going to tuck a piece of this split page under there. I don't want this to stick on my Joe's workbench. There. So we can cut it off later. No big deal. No fuss. Okay, let's get this other piece glued down. I think that'll be nice right there. Perfect. Let's get some more of this orange. Let's see. Right there, that's a good spot. And I don't ink each one up and then put it down. I wait till I'm finished, and then I'll go around and ink spots that I think need to be inked. Let's put this one on here. It's pretty. See if I can put the glue on it without tearing it all to pieces, because it's really small. Here we go. Ah! I think I've got it. Let's put this on the top up here. Right there. There. Okay. Just takes time to get them laid down, but once you get this part done, then you can move on to funner stuff. I think we need one of these like right in here in the middle somewhere. Let's cut that off. We might use that little piece somewhere. Let's put this here. Here. Okay. Don't think too much about it. I just kind of put them there. Did kind of want a piece of this on all of the finished products, but if it's not, it's not. It's no big deal. Actually, I'm going to go over here. Here. I'm going to save that for a moment. This one has some orange. Let's go ahead and use it. How about right here? That works great. Love it. And yes, I do live near the fire department also. So I may have to cut some out if the sirens keep going. Right there. Oh, that's nice. I like this green. It's really pretty. Let's just cut a piece of it out. Pop it in there. I think that's a good spot. Try not to think too much about it. Just get it in there. little piece at? Had a little piece of this. That might go well there. Yeah, that'll be great. Okay, this pretty green. Let's hold off on that one. Let's find what else do we have in here. Oh, here's a pretty one. That might go good down here on the bottom. Let's do it. Oh, I want things that I want it to be all different. So we'll do this one on the corner here. Actually, do we want it on the corner? Let's put it up here. That corner. That'll be good. How about this little tiny sliver here of green ledger paper? Let's just pop this right in here. Cover up that little tiny gap, but put a little bit of that ledger paper there. That's great. Okay, let's see if this is dry enough. We can take that off. Yes, that's fine. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Get some more stuff on here. I wonder if this little piece of ledger paper would work right there. We still need some there. That's okay. We'll do this little bitty piece. Just pop it in a little bitty spot. How about right there? There we go. That works great. And about this little spot right there. Let's get that taken care of. Want at least a layer of the papers and things here. There we go. Little patchwork, but it'll be just fine. Okay, this beautiful green, let's go ahead and put it on there. Okay, I think this, how about we just put it right across all this, right here. There we go. Oops, we need to move it over a tiny bit. Oh, there. I got it. Just want at least one layer of the papers I'm using to be on there. Okay. Go ahead and put glue on it, Bex, and just put it down. There we go. Here's some more. Here's some more little ones. Let's get this one on here. There. That's a good spot. Let's get... They're just falling everywhere. I think this will work for right here. Okay. Push it down. There we go. All the way to the end. There. Okay, where's my little piece of paper here? Don't want to get this glue all over my Joe's workbench. There we go. Okay, we are getting it covered now. Yay. Definitely want to use all of these pieces. So I want that little bit of green in there. This one is not being cooperative. That's all right. We will take care of it here. Okay, how about we go right here. There we go. That works. This scrappy little piece in here. Right there's a good spot. I just want to make sure I overlap. Everything has been, there's not any of the ivory left showing. That's what I want to do. Let's see. Go ahead and get this piece in. Oops. All the way down here. There we go. Just so it overlaps. Okay, what's next? Oops, my hands are my hands have a lot of glue on them. That is so funny. Let's get this orange piece here. Oops. Whoopsie dipsy. There we go. Oh, nice. It's a nice piece here that has a lot of green on it. Let's see how this will go right here. There we go. Awesome. Here, this one has some red. Let's get some red. Another one with a little bit of the red, so let's go ahead and use it. Let's go this direction. Not going to be able to cover much up there. I have a gnat. That's so funny. Gnat buzzing around your face when you're trying to speak. Just uncomfortable. That there. Let's move that up here. There we go. Yay, we're almost covered here. Awesome. There's a gorgeous green piece here. Okay. Still think this needs some more color up there, so let's go ahead and pop that down there. So we need there a bigger piece. I think that can go there. Go. And let's see if this piece is big enough to fit here. It's not that big. Okay, do we have anything else with colors? Oh, there's another spot with green. I know, put the same thing on top of the same thing, but it's okay. It'll be all right. We're going to do some stamping and we're going to do some painting, and yes, we'll have lots of things on top. Okay, so we need, do we have a piece of this? That could go right there. I got it. Let's just put that in the middle there to just kind of break that up. So we need something right there and something over here. Got one piece left of that. What else do we have in here? Those don't have much of anything on them. Just keep coming back to the green, green, green. Here's the orange. We could just tear the orange, put it there. Just stick this orange there. Okay, I need something there and over here. I think this will work for over here. Make sure I have the correct side. There we go. I don't want to put glue on the side that has the color. I have done that. That gnat keeps trying to blow, going to fly in my mouth, and it's making me crazy. Ah. Let's just pop this down here so we don't get it on my Joe's workbench. Let's see, what else do we have left here? Got one little spot up there, right there. Is this green big enough to go? It is. That little gnat. Okay, we're gonna go over here. That, stay. There we go. Now, let's get... It's that gnat. I am really wanting it to not fly in my mouth. Oh my, that's funny. There, got that piece. Let me look and make sure we have everywhere. We do. Glue down everywhere. This little piece of green, I think it can go right down here. I think that would be a good spot. Be real gentle so I do not tear it. Super thin ledger paper. There. Pull that one off. That one off. Okay, Now, I think that looks pretty good. I think I have all the spots, and make sure I used up all of my little ledger paper. Anywhere that we need. Let me look at it real quick. I think everything has been, oops, there's a spot right there. And it already has red there. Let's do some green there. Right there. I can make it pretty small. Just need a little tiny bit. There. Okay, that's taken care of. Anything else? Anywhere else? I think that is good. Going to go ahead and trim around the edges real quick here. Some scissors. There. These little bitty pieces in my little bin here. Okay, now let's see how it looks. I think it looks great. There we go. Now, there's some stamping here. I have, whoops, where I made my labels. So I think we're going to go ahead and use that. What I need to do now is just go around the edges, put these papers so that I don't get stamping on my Joe's workbench. I'm sure he doesn't care. He wouldn't, but just don't think that's nice. Use somebody else's stuff and then get colors all over it. There we go. Okay, that will work great. Let's just make sure it's all overlapping. Move this out of the way. Okay, I think that is far enough out, and make sure that is so you can see it. Yes, it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is whoa! I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Well, that went well, didn't it? I'm going to do the orange. Just going to ink up the labels. Just randomly stamp. That's not real random, is it? I was just going to do it in rows, but I just wanted some of the orange labels on everything. So it's okay. It's a Masterboard. There. That looks pretty cool already. I like that. And let me get this orange wiped off. Okay. Put this down for a moment. And that is again the spiced marmalade. So the next color we want is what color? Let's do these green. Might not be the color of these leaves or herbs are supposed to be, but we'll just put them on here and some green. Why not? That'll be fun. Let's see if I can get them closer together. that will work. Okay. Let's use the green, and this is the peeled paint. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that looks great. And this one, let's just actually do this one randomly. Oops. Okay, let's make sure I have it all the way to the edges there. I know I'll be cutting these apart, but just in case, that edge. So we have some of the color everywhere, the green anyway. There, I think that looks great. Love it. Okay, let's put the green away. So now what I want to do is a little bit of the vintage photo. I'm just going to go around and just do these edges. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just go over a little bit like that, just to catch some of those edges. Not fussed if they're not all caught, just want to ink them up a bit. There we go. I like that. That looks great. And all we've done is used a scrap piece of cardstock, some book pages that I already splatter painted on, just tore them off, something else I was doing, the clusters. And we glued those on, and then we glued some of the ledger paper on, and we stamped with the orange for the label shapes, and then green for the greenery shapes. So yeah, not much there. Didn't use much, just what you might already have. So I'm going to do the stitching black. Let's see if I still have the black. Here it is. Just using the Distress Archival Ink Black Soot. This will just randomly do it like that. Just so it looks like we stitched all over it. Not too fussed about it. You can always go back in and put some more of the stitching or do actual stitching. This is so fun. There. Let's put it back up in the camera so you can see it. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? So fun. All right. Let's put that away. And the last thing I'm going to do is put some gold paint on it. This is the Folk Art Multi-Surface Antique Gold. So let me get some of my glue pages over here to use. Get a glue page. Use it for my palette. Where's my, there we go. Need to get another fan brush. But this will work, no big deal. Let's put a little on here. You can always get more out. But let me get this, here we go. Just going to just do that. Just touch down. If there's too much, then I'll just go back and pick it up like that. Just spread it everywhere. Love the gold. Okay, there we go. Looks amazing. Let me get these out from behind so we can really have a good look-see. Oops. Oops, I just put my finger in it. That's so funny. Okay, now let's see how amazing that looks. Yeah, I just added that little bit of gold paint. I think that just makes all the difference. So pretty. It'll be a little bit of a shimmer. So pretty. There we go, down here so I can make it move and shimmer. But here is my masterboard for my altered book junk journal. And I will link Cindy A. Lewis's playlist below so you can see what my inspiration came from. Because this is the first altered book junk journal I've made. And I've made a playlist also of all of the ones, all of my videos. And just wanted to show you this masterboard. It might be really boring and I will try to speed up a lot of the process in here so you don't get too bored. But that is my masterboard for my altered book junk journal. And I'm back with Black Whisper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful crafty day.